What is consciousness? A Buddhist inquiry in the age of neuroscience and quantum thought. By the Backyard Buddhist. In the scene, there is only the scene. Bahia Sutta. The question that won't sit still. What is consciousness? It's one of those questions that feels deceptively simple, until you actually try to answer it. Then it slips through your fingers like water. Science can map the brain. Philosophy can dissect experience. Religion can point beyond both. But still, what is it? As a Zen practitioner, I've learned that this question isn't just theoretical. It's immediate. It's intimate. It's what's reading these words right now. And interestingly, both ancient Buddhist thought and modern scientific inquiry are circling this same mystery, sometimes in surprisingly convergent ways, sometimes in sharp disagreement. Let's take a careful walk through both. Consciousness in early Buddhist thought. In classical Buddhist teaching, consciousness, viññāṇa in Pāli, vijñāna in Sanskrit, is not a singular, permanent thing. It's one of the five aggregates, skandhas, the components that together create what we call a self. Form, rupa. Feeling, vedana. Perception, sana. Mental formations, sakra. Consciousness, viññāṇa. Here's the crucial move: none of these are self. They are processes. Consciousness, in this framework, is event-based. It arises dependent on conditions. The Buddha is very precise about this. Dependent on iron forms, I-consciousness arises. So consciousness is not a container-holding experience. It is the moment of knowing that arises when conditions meet. I plus object visual consciousness. Ear plus sound auditory consciousness. Mind plus thought mental consciousness. No conditions, no consciousness. No observer behind the curtain. This is where Buddhism becomes radically counterintuitive. There is no central observer behind these processes. No homunculus. No little you inside your head watching the show. Instead, what we call self is more like a stream of events, each arising and passing away with astonishing speed. All phenomena are not self. Anattā lakkhā sutta. Zen takes this even further. It asks, if there's no fixed observer, then what exactly is aware? And the answer, frustratingly and beautifully, is not conceptual. It's experiential. A helpful analogy: the flame. Think of a candle flame. It appears continuous, but in reality, it's a rapid process of combustion. Fuel, oxygen, heat, conditions. Remove one, and the flame disappears. Consciousness, in Buddhism, is like that flame. It's not a thing. It's a process sustained by conditions. Modern neuroscience, the brain as process. Modern neuroscience, interestingly, is arriving at a similar conclusion from a completely different direction. There is no single consciousness center in the brain. Instead, consciousness appears to emerge from distributed neural activity. Sensory processing regions. Memory systems. Attention networks. The so-called default mode network, associated with self-referential thinking. Neuroscientist Anil Seth puts it this way: we don't perceive the world as it is. We perceive it as our brain predicts it to be. This is sometimes called the controlled hallucination model of perception. In other words, what you experience as reality is not a direct feed from the world. It's a constructed model, assembled moment by moment. Sound familiar? Where Buddhism and neuroscience meet. Both traditions, ancient and modern, agree on several key points. 1. Consciousness is constructed. Not a fixed entity, but an emergent process. 2. The sense of self is not fundamental. It's something the system does, not something it is. 3. Perception is mediated. We don't experience raw reality, we experience interpretations. This is remarkably close to what Buddhist teachings have been saying for over 2,500 years. Quantum theory, enter the strange. Now we step into more speculative territory. Quantum physics doesn't directly explain consciousness, but it does challenge our assumptions about reality itself. Some key phenomena. Observer effect, measurement influences outcome. Superposition, systems exist in multiple states simultaneously. Entanglement, particles remain correlated across vast distances. Physicist Erwin Schrödinger, who was deeply influenced by Eastern philosophy, once wrote, "Consciousness is a singular of which the plural is unknown." That's a provocative statement, but we need to be careful. A necessary caution. There's a temptation to say, quantum physics proves Buddhism. It doesn't. Most physicists would strongly resist that claim. What we can say is this. Quantum theory reveals a world that is non-solid, interdependent, deeply relational, resistant to classical, fixed categories. And that resonates with Buddhist ideas like dependent origination, pratitya samutpada, emptiness, sunyata, the absence of inherent, independent existence. But resonance is not equivalence. The deeper convergence, no fixed ground. Both Buddhism and modern science are, in their own ways, dismantling the idea of a fixed, independent reality. In Buddhism, form is emptiness, emptiness is form. Heart Sutra. In physics, matter dissolves into fields, probabilities, and relationships. In neuroscience, the self dissolves into processes, predictions, and patterns. So where does that leave us? So, what is consciousness? From a Buddhist perspective, consciousness is not a thing. It is a dependently arisen event of knowing. From a scientific perspective, consciousness is an emergent property of complex systems, still not fully understood. From a Zen perspective, the question itself may be misdirected. A Zen turn. Zen doesn't ultimately ask, what is consciousness? It asks, who is asking? And if you look closely, really closely, you may not find a solid answer. Just this. Awareness, happening. A backyard reflection. I'll put this simply. When I sit in Zazen, there are moments, brief, ungraspable, where the usual sense of me drops away. No commentary, no center, just this open field of experiencing. Not mystical, not dramatic, just ordinary. And yet, completely ungraspable. The birds outside, do they call this place Atlanta? Or is that just something we are doing? Consciousness, in the end, might not be something we have. It may be something that is happening, right where we are, without an owner. And seeing that, even dimly, changes things.